Hello, my name is Shahid Sharif. I am an IT security professional with over 25 years' experience in various industries. I am creating this podcast to share my experience, knowledge, and views with you folks. My day job focuses on security, compliance, and risk management. After work, I dabble with full stack programming, trading cryptocurrencies, and writing voice applications. The voice and opinions in this podcast are my own and do not reflect the views and opinions of my employer. If you have questions, please contact me via the contact details on my website, secunoid.com. This is a pilot episode, so please excuse issues with the recording and format. As I publish more podcasts and with your feedback, I shall improve it. I am trying to keep the length of the episodes to be manageable for both of us. Over the next few weeks, we shall together find a sweet spot. Today's episode is about SOC2 reporting and the management response. When a SOC2 report is issued, I have seen that in description of tests, of controls and results of testing section, if a control has an exception or a qualification, a management response is included that talks about how the exception or the qualification risk is being managed. Proponents of this approach say that it helps avoid questions from the customers. Talking from experience, and these are the issues I see with this approach. First of all, 90% of the time, customers totally ignore the management response. They require further details via a meeting or email. If the management response is for an exception, the reason it is an exception is because the control is addressing most of the risk as designed and operated. Hence, having a management response within the report does not make sense. In most cases, the management response has been put together rather hurriedly and without management's blessing. While the audit is in progress, it is difficult for the control owners to work on the audit and also provide guidance on how the risk is being managed and producing a so-called management response verbiage. Remember, although this is called a management response, because of tight timelines, management might not have really blessed it. Why? Because everyone is busy collecting evidence for the audit and preparing the audit report, trying to meet the deadline to issue the report on time. If the management response is for qualification, then it is even more important to tread carefully before committing to a resolution. Who knows what the actual implementation will look like. Suggested approach. My suggested approach is to issue the audit report without including management responses in description of tests, of controls and results of testing section. This is the approach I would take. Within 30 days of the audit report issuance, the compliance team should meet with the control owners, ensure control owners have agreed to the resolution approach, ensure control owners have agreed on the resolution timelines, ensure the management, VPs, directors, managers are on board with the remediation plan. And finally, the most important part is assigning a project manager to track and report on the remediation progress regularly. After all the aforementioned activities are complete, the management response letter should be prepared stating the remediation plan and timelines. This letter should be signed by the business owner of the audit. It's probably the business unit VP in most cases. Then, whenever a custom query comes in, share the letter with them. This proves to the customer that your organization is serious about managing risk and are on top of addressing them. As you remediate issues or timelines change, update the management response letter and reissue to the customers who you have already issued the letter to. These actions ensure your compliance program is bulletproof and all stakeholders are on board with the remediation plan and timelines. I've experienced many times that management is not aware of the remediation requirements, operational teams are not focused on remediation, and as a result, remediation does not get implemented prior to the next audit cycle. Hope you found this, my very first podcast, useful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, do not hesitate to contact me. All my contact details are on my website, secinoid.com. Talk to you soon. Thank you very much for listening in.